Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lolcow, Aussie. I'm my phone just went off randomly. Welcome to the show. Today it's going to be a little different than it was yesterday. Yesterday we had a little bit of unforeseen drama and I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I don't like drama. I love it. But 2 days in a row, I can't do that. I don't think it's fair to you guys. So today we're going to have a guest co-host. But who is the guest co-host? Right? Because I've talked to all kinds of people about coming on. Jaffe's coming on, not today. Review Tech USA is coming on, not today. Glammy's willing to come on, not today. So who's filling in? Who's hopping on today? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is none other than one of the most fun people that I've met in the Discord to talk to, Mr. Final. Mr. Final, I know you're deafened right now, but I brought you in. I uh I don't even know where to
Uh,
begin. How you doing, brother?
I was doing great until Billy started talking about having like the leaky shits. I don't know. It must have passed on to me, dude. I feel wonderful.
Oh, you know, there is something going around, right?
Yep, I'm feeling it.
Because I'm sick. I was gonna talk about it in the intro, but I figured I'd talk about it with you. Um, yeah, I'm sick. Xylie's sick. I think Billy's sick. Tina's sick. There's a plague going around Fat Camp, and now
It's
it's
spreading through the
spreading
Discord.
parasocially through the Discord. It's crazy.
Oh, the second I logged in, I couldn't find anything to help me out. The only thing I found was like two Diablo sauce Taco Bell packets, and I think I have a problem.
Those will clear out your system, bro.
You know what? I'm tempted. I might end up doing it actually.
But final, how long has it been since like we all first discussed you coming on as a guest host? Months at this point?
Months, pretty
Months.
much. Yeah.
So like ladies and gentlemen, Final's not just some random person that like I went and was like, "Hey, I'm doing this alone. You want to hop in?" No, Final has like been planning to come on for a while. We just didn't know when to do it. And
Yeah.
the timing just so happened to line up. But Final's a bit of a nerd, guys. You know, just
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 a
a
little.
bit of one. Um, would you call yourself an avid supporter of nerds or like just a casual supporter of local nerds?
I would say as of right now, more casual, but I'm liking the direction it's going. I'm not gonna lie, when Nerds was like first brought up, I was like, fuck yes, let me get into them auditions. But then, I didn't know when it was happening. I just watched the show from the sidelines, and I'm glad I didn't even try in the beginning, to be honest, because it was everywhere in the beginning.
Chaotic.
Yeah, it wasn't really a show; it was more like a circus act in the beginning. To be fair.
I like the whole circus act
Not
aspect
a
of
good
things.
circus act though. There's a different.
I
It wasn't Barnum and Bailey. It was the stuff that you go to the flea market and they're doing a circus act there.
Those were the only flea markets that I could, or those were the only circus acts that I could afford to go to as a kid.
I'm not
Sorry,
gonna
I'm
lie to you, me
stuttering.
too.
I need caffeine in my system. It's been a long day, brother. How was your day?
Oh god, it was good, stressful but good. Got a lot done and stuff like that. But yeah, also had to do an infusion day, so I got to sit in a chair for 2 hours while I watched a needle go into my arm. It was something.
I don't know what to
I'm
do with that
oversharing.
information
Just accept it. I mean, at this point, just accept it.
because I'm wearing what the chat's calling serial killer glasses, and now you're talking about like
I mean,
blood needles.
I thought it would fit perfectly. But yeah. Also, I'm not wearing a hat. Usually, I'm always wearing a hat in every single day. But I figure since Rastov shaved his head and you have no hair either, I have to be the one with the hair on the stream.
I have to wear a hat because my head gets ridiculously cold. It's bad.
I
But to everybody watching, I'd like to make a quick little announcement. I meant to make it yesterday, but every day at the end of the stream, I've been hopping into the Aussie chat in the Discord. If you're not a member, you gotta become a cash cow. Join the Discord, go through the verification process. That we talked about it a lot, guys. You know the drill, right? But yeah, I've been going in there every night and just playing games. There's been a few times where I've just played single player games, but I tried to play multiplayer. I tried to start up a posse in Red Dead. It did not go well. It didn't go well at all. But I've been trying to do more gaming with the people watching, and yeah, it's been fun. Final, you were there. That's how we talked about this.
Literally, yeah. I'll tell you what, that I love that idea that you're actually being like more active in the VC, doing gaming streams and stuff like that. That's something that I do wish that they did bring into nerds, but I don't know. They're not really doing anything like that. I would like them to be more creative when it comes to the VC at least. Start like interacting with people in the Discord.
Yeah, so like
You now you're doing it.
I was doing the gaming streams on the gaming channel, and that was like just something to do after streams, winding down and just talking, engaging with the chat. But the voice chat, it's a lot more personal, I guess. It's more fun. You actually get to talk to people. I get to go in there, play games, and then people get to come in and tell me exactly what they think of me. And it's never enjoyable, but it's fun.
And you sit there with a smile playing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, that was how it was last night. I People let me know what they thought. I don't disagree with them.
I just sit there and listen to everything they have to say.
That's all I could do, bro. If I start denying things that are blatantly true, like I'm just gonna look like a liar. And the last thing I want to do is look like a liar.
People missed out though when you were playing Lost, the video game.
Oh, dude. For those who don't know, ABC's hit Emmy Award-winning television series and cultural phenomenon Lost has a video game that I've been playing in the VC, streaming it to people in there, and it's interesting. It's a
Made
pretty
by
interesting
Ubisoft.
tie-in, but yeah, it's not good. It's not good. It looks
It's
good.
Ubisoft's most functional game I'm noticing right now.
Yeah, it is very functional. Gojira says the comedy show Lost, but it's actually a drama. Um, but while we're waiting for people to hop into members waiting, because
Mm.
I want you guys to just throw it at me. Let me know what you feel, right? Something new was dropped on the internet today, and that was more info on the Nintendo Switch 2. Did nerds talk about it? Tell us what nerds said about the Nintendo Switch 2. I don't care what you think about it, right? You need to fill me in on the show that I manage because I don't have time to watch it.
For me, I ended up watching the entire direct early in the morning, so there was a lot of stuff I was excited about. And then I was like, okay, cool. So let's see what they cover on Nerds. They jumped everywhere with the Switch stuff. God, I was so annoyed. That's why I was like, I ended up like caps in the chat, just like yelling at them. Then I came in and yelled at Zay for her L take on the game about the people in wheelchairs playing Rocket League. And then she's over here just because, dude, I was also
The
in a
game was
wheelchair at one point.
ballin'.
I'm like, exactly. Like, I'm pre-ordering that game. If there's a collector's edition where it comes with a special wheelchair, I'm buying it. I don't need it anymore, but I'll have it. But dude, I was so frustrated because I wanted to see more talk about the Nintendo Switch, but then they were just like going over with it. Overall, it was a good show. But like for me, since I'm like really passionate when it comes to gaming, I wanted to see more about it, going to into depth with it, and I didn't like Zay's takes. I really didn't. She was pissing me off with it.
What did you think about both Nerds and Aussie yesterday? Because the drama kind of carried on from one to another. And
I
it was
didn't expect
interesting.
it to go that far around the end. Yeah, when the army of the Lolcow universe came in, I did not expect to for it to take that turn when they started breaking down everything like that. I will say this. as a father myself, I'm just gonna say this one time, you never talk about someone's children, regardless of how old they are. I don't care if my kids are 40 years old, they're always going to be my, you know, little ones to me.
Mm.
Yeah, I would say that's where Zay really fucked up in that. And even, you know, like I was pissed off with that. I didn't like that at all. So I agree with Tina on that. And Tina is old school. She don't give a fuck. She will mess you up if you talk about her kids. She's not a, you know, like one of these like 30, 20-year-old moms out there that, you know, don't really show their anger too much like Tina does. Tina will tear you apart. But yeah, I don't know. It was insane. It was entertaining, but insane.
Yeah, you wouldn't catch me disrespecting Tina.
No,
No.
dude, I just saw you fall off the chair at one point. You didn't know what was happening. Then you start singing a song, and I was dancing. It was a beautiful moment.
It
It was
was.
like a Disney movie. There's a break and someone's singing, and they go back to the story.
But no, so what were some of the takes that you agreed with, I guess, about, the Switch, going back to that, and the ones you
Yeah,
disagreed with? Because I've been trying to dissect nerds.
I
Learn from
liked
their mistakes.
when they started talking about the games. They had some pretty good takes on the games. I did like the positivity, their excitement when they were talking about certain games, like the new Donkey Kong coming out, the new Mario Kart, for example.
Hmm.
But then, like, you know, Nintendo, they're all about gimmicks
Yeah,
with their,
I
like, you know, the
agree.
Wii and the nunchuck and all that stuff. So now the Joy Cons, they have a mouse
Yeah, I
that you
saw
can use
that.
them as a mouse. So there was like, they was like, oh my god, who the fuck even wants that play with a mouse with their Nintendo Switch games? I'm like, first of all,
Hold up,
this
can you do
opens
the
a
rest of this
doorway.
conversation in that voice, please?
So first of all, who the fuck even
Thank you.
wants to have a mouse playing with all these little games? First of all, I don't want to play Super Mario, moving a mouse around, you know, pressing the little button to hop, and slide my little Joy-Con around. Who the fuck even wants that? I'm
Girl,
sorry,
I'll
that
tell you,
really.
I don't. No, so we haven't had a 3D Donkey Kong game since the 90s, right? Like late 90s,
Mhm.
Nintendo 64, Donkey Kong
Yeah,
64. That was the last non like gimmick game that was, it was actually a platformer instead of, a bongo game. Which that bongo game, I don't remember what it was called, but it went hard, bro. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
it's Donkey Konga or something like that. I don't know. I know what you're talking about though. I remember that.
Bro,
Ah, fuck, now it's gonna be bothering me if I don't look it up.
it
Yeah.
was good. But there's also like things that I'm very excited for, like Elden Ring. I haven't actually played Elden Ring. I'll probably just get it on my PC and play it that way.
Did you see the
But
new FromSoft game coming out? That's
I
exclusively on the Switch.
I
Dusk
saw it,
Bloods.
but it didn't really like. I looked at it and I was
Don't
like,
you dare, because they said the same thing in the VC.
yeah, that's how I feel about it. I was just
Twiggy,
like,
I
meh.
swear I will Minecraft drop kick the shit out of you right now if you put that game down.
Bro, don't
First
be
of
a
all, I thought
pussy.
that
Do it in real
game.
life.
Okay, fine, I'll do it in real life. I'll Amazon Prime it. Anyway, I first saw that game. I thought, first of all, I thought it was Bloodborne. I don't know why. It reminded me of Bloodborne, the way the buildings looked and the character and everything like that. I'm really excited for that game. Really excited. I don't know if it's like you could play with like different characters. They were showing like this one girl doing magic and then the guy with the guns. It looks amazing. And then with Donkey Kong, I was just fucking around. I was like, dude, what if they end up like remaking Donkey Kong 64 back in the day, and we end up getting a brand new Donkey Kong game? The first thing I thought of, do I need a Rumble Pack like I did back on the N64? Knowing
Dude,
Nintendo.
I'm kind of excited about it, but I kind of also don't really get excited about games anymore, just because everything I have gotten excited about, it comes out and it's garbage. Absolutely awful. The only one that I can
Some.
think of recently that came out, right? I had low expectations for going into it and was actually kind of surprised by how much fun I had. Was Star
Yeah.
Wars Outlaw, a game I went into not expecting anything. I can't think of any more any newer games that I played since that. I don't
Dude, you're
think
gonna
there is
make me
any.
end up opening my Steam list right now. I have like 1,000+ games right now. First of all, you need to play Ghost of Tsushima. If you love Red Dead, this game has nothing to do with Red Dead, but it still has a horse in it. That's close enough. You're gonna love that one. I'm telling you that right now.
I haven't played
You already
it.
beat Red Dead, well
Yeah, I
then
played Red Dead.
get it.
I was
Then get
told
Ghost of
that
Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima is like a mixture of Red Dead and Assassin's Creed. How accurate is that, or was I just told that by
Okay.
somebody who's retarded?
It's it has a little bit of parkour in it, so it's kind of close to Assassin's Creed, but not really. It's just a hack and slash samurai game, but you have to. All right, I guess like the combat, it reminds me of Assassin's Creed. That's about it, though. But a lot of it reminds me of Red Dead with the open world.
Yeah, there's so many games that I just have to get to that I haven't had a chance to. I'm pretty new to like this generation of gaming.
Yeah,
I didn't play anything for a good while that was, new. Uh, I always went back to like older Zelda games. I did end up getting a Switch not too long after they came out, but that was all I had since the Xbox One. And
time
I
to
got the
get rid of it,
Xbox
buddy.
One pretty late. But now I have the PC, and I've been having a lot of fun, maybe too much fun. Um, I've broken my one of my installs of GTA 5 because I have 285 mods, and something went wrong, and it doesn't work anymore. But I can't do a fresh install because then I lose all of those different mods, and I don't
People
want to
tell you how
back them up.
amazing mods are, but then when they don't work or break your computer, then you're like, fuck, maybe this wasn't a good idea.
Gino, welcome
Yo,
to the show.
what's up?
Hello there.
How's our favorite VTuber?
Everybody's making fun of you guys. Hold on. Everybody was making fun
Figure.
of you guys. I thought I'd come over and, show my support
Thank you for
because
being loyal.
you guys are awesome. I think you guys are absolutely crushing it this time. And, like, people are just hating on you to hate on you.
Hey,
No.
that's how the universe works.
I think you guys have really great chemistry.
I'm just trying to have a chill stream. We had so much drama yesterday. It was too
Yeah,
much.
and,
Dude.
like,
I don't even have the stream
I
open.
told
I'm
you
just
earlier,
hanging
like,
out.
the fans don't like the drama.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, everybody should just move past it. No?
But Twiggy loves drama.
It's not. Well, yeah, no, I do love drama, but right now, as I said, I'm moving on from all of the drama of yesterday, and then the stuff before
Yeah,
that,
I
I'm not
agree.
moving on from. I'm just like, there's nothing to talk about right now, right? It's already been talked about. I can't really add.
No, I know the
anything more to
drama
it.
is just so old.
Yeah, and the thing is like, there's so much that goes on that you don't see on screen that it's very hard to really know what's going on unless you're involved. So,
No, 100%, 100%.
but anywho, Gino, you be gaming?
I do.
What you be playing?
Tell us in
I've
detail.
recently got an arcade cabinet, so I've been playing some old arcade games,
Which old arcade games?
like Pac-Man, Brick Breaker, like the real old school ones.
So, would you have anything to say on the topic of Billy Mitchell winning in the defamation lawsuit?
I don't want to get sued. I don't want to get, I'm not a big fan of the drama.
You're not a big fan of the drama, and what company do you work for, if you don't mind me asking?
I work for Lolcow Live.
Interesting. Okay. And what is Lolcow Live known for?
They're amazing camping fitness transformation streams.
That is true. There's no drama whatsoever.
Never any drama.
There's no drama at Fat Camp. Fat Camp was drama free.
100% drama free, Everybody had a great time. People lost like 10 to 15 pounds each.
Yeah, I lost 12 pounds. I probably shouldn't be losing that kind of weight. That's probably
You don't even
not
look
good.
like you lost anything.
Everybody
You
who
look
went to Fat
sexy.
Camp, I heard they made a lot of this.
Gino, let me
know?
full screen
Bucks.
you. Do you want to be full screen?
Hell yeah.
Yep, that's very accurate. Sorry, my camera's in the way. The two monitor, I've already explained it. I only have so much room, okay? I want the camera somewhere where I can look at it. But anywho, moving on.
But what about Ghost Camp? Will there be drama at Ghost Camp?
Probably.
You're gonna have hosts coming back from the dead.
What is Ghost Camp? Does anybody
Maybe
truly
the
know
show
yet?
could come back from the dead.
Hey, if we're hunting people, we're still having fun while doing it, all right?
That's
Like,
the real meaning behind ghost.
I'm definitely petty enough to come back and hunt people for the dumbest reasons.
Yeah,
Like,
100%. You know, I'm not the type to, like do that personally. When I'm gone, I want all my beef stand, but I just want everybody to have a good old time, make some amazing content together.
do you believe
I'm
in
reading you loud
ghosts?
and clear.
No, I don't believe in ghosts
Why?
I don't either. I don't.
Oh,
because people scare me way more, the living ones. Like,
You know what's scarier than ghosts, Final? Taxes.
what's that?
How does this work?
oh my God.
I've
I've
never
seen.
I've never had to do my own taxes before. I always had
Hmm.
that handled for me at my job. How does this work? I'm terrified. I'm
Are you asking me? Because I
I'm
won't have an
serious.
answer for you.
Anybody who knows how to file taxes, please feel free to reach out. Oh, we got that nice view. We got that nice view.
Yeah, yeah. I get going soon. I just wanted to say goodbye, so I gotta get out of here. Hit the road.
Hit
Good
the
talking to
road.
you guys.
All right, yeah. You have
Take
a
care,
safe
everybody.
Good
ride home.
stuff.
Have a safe
Thank
ride
you.
home.
Thank
Don't
you.
hurt yourself.
Oh, I'm gonna stop at the.
I think Gino died. I think that's what just happened.
Yeah. Twee,
So,
let's just go to sleep.
go to
Let's
sleep.
just go
Nah, dude,
to
I have been coughing all day. I was gonna have a counter on the screen, but then I took Dayquil and now I'm feeling a little bit better. But
Dude, I also tell you have a bathroom counter up to see how many times I get up because I'm
I'm
feeling it
dying.
already.
I'm dying.
The longer we're here, the more we're just dying.
I'm, I literally feel awful, dude. But I shall progress. I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna make it.
All right. We're gonna power through this.
We're gonna power through this. I was hoping that SSO Michelangelo could come in because I had a lot of fun with him in VC yesterday. We were we were playing games, and every game there would be somebody who looked like somebody from the Lolcow universe, and he would point out which person that looked like, right? And I was telling him, I'm like, is there anything outside of your life? I asked him if there's anything outside of his life other than the Lolcow universe. And do you know what he said?
What?
No. That's a true supporter right there. Those are the people that get my respect. It was a beautiful moment. Beautiful moment.
Yeah, at least the majority of Michelangelo's moments are a beautiful thing. I'm waiting for someone to write a story about it.
Dude,
I will pre-order that book.
my wife asked me. She was in the chat. I think yesterday or the day before. I don't remember which day. But she's like, "Who's Kenny Omega?" And I was like, "Oh, he's the guy who asked if you have big tits." And she was like, "Oh, well, he keeps on saying hi to me in the chat."
Hi to you or
Hi to her.
Oh,
This is the man who said that he banged my wife, though. So, which
yeah,
since
I've seen that guy in the chat.
since I joined the Discord, right? Like way before there was multiple shows. This is before the cancer like arc, right?
Yep.
People have been making up stories about like my lore and my life and like different like details about my wife, for example. And I'm just gonna keep on like rolling with each one of them. Every time somebody makes up something that's funny that adds to my lore, boom, it's added.
I can never fucking tell when you're lying or telling the truth, and it's really fucking my brain up right now. I could, when you said that your wife had no legs, when you had your Australian accent, I didn't know who the fuck you were. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. I'm over here writing the chat. Hey, I have a buddy that lives in Australia too, like a fucking idiot.
Well, the Discord knows like the whole thing about my wife, right? And they've known forever because they're the ones who made it up. Literally, I was in a VC back in the day, right? And people were asking about my marriage because it was to the point where people were so weirded out by me that
No.
they were like, "There's no way that this guy is married," and they're like, "So what do you do with your wife for fun? Like, where do you take her out on dates and all this stuff?" Like, just asking questions to see how I'd answer. And one person asked, like, do you take your wife on walks on the beach?" Like, basically referring to her as a dog,
Do you
right?
guys get the good parking?
But I was like, no, no, no. I was gonna say and I was gonna make a joke about how we don't go to the beach because I don't like sand. I was gonna make a Star Wars joke, but before I could, somebody came in and they were like, "No, bro, you're being like," and they're like, "What, bro?" And he's like, "Bro, his wife doesn't have legs," and it's just been a story ever since. And like, you can ask almost any of the hosts, everybody's in on the joke. It's been well known for like, I don't even know how long, almost a year at this point. But then somebody brought it up on the YouTube channel. Somebody commented something about my wife not having legs. And yeah, it was acknowledged, and then I've just been rolling with it ever since.
And I believed every moment of it. Every single fucking moment. That's the thing. One thing with Twiggy, you never, at least for me, I can never tell when you tell me a story about something or what you did in your day. I never fucking know if you're telling the truth. You could tell me you went to Walmart one day and I don't fucking know if you're telling me the truth or not. You're almost impossible to read.
There was this other story, right? So Baha made up a story about how I lost my job, and he said that I had run over an old lady at 3 a.m. who had
I believe
dementia,
that story.
right? But
I believe that
it's
already.
it's just a story that he made up, and then somebody asked me about it on stream, and it was the same
No.
thing. I was like, yeah, but she had dementia, so she had limited time anyway or whatever. I don't
I
remember the exact whatever I said. It was awful because I was trying to be awful. What?
I get it, but I don't know why but now I believe you right now as you tell me that story.
I
That's
have
what I'm saying.
only
I don't
hit
fucking know.
I have only hit a deer.
I swear, I thought you were gonna say I've
What?
only hit less than 5 people in my lifetime.
Chileangi. I think that's how you say that, with two
Break it
Canadian
down.
dollars. So your entire entrance to exit be a lie. Hell nah. Maybe? I don't really know how to answer that. But yeah,
Mm.
so it's online stuff, and I will never associate online with like real life. So I'm not going to give out too many details about my life. When people were asking questions about my wife, as soon as somebody made something up, I went with it. And I still think it's hilarious. And it's still like, cuz it's always been a running gag. I just didn't know
Running.
I
I
was
see what you did there.
I was going to wait for a fun time to share it with the YouTube, and it was going to be like, oh no. Twiggy's wife
Just
has legs. What an awful
just have a
joke.
random leg pop into view.
Yeah, I was gonna. There
Motherfucker.
was gonna be a reveal. I was gonna have her walk in, because she knows about it. She knows exactly how it started, and I mean, I shouldn't have gone along with it, but it's so funny to me. I couldn't resist.
How
Oops.
how does how, I would love to know how she lives with you on a daily basis. Like, how do you act on a daily normal basis off stream? I would love to know that.
Hold up. There's somebody in
I
the
want to know
chat saying
real world
that I
Twiggy.
have no lore, and they're correct. I didn't make this stuff up. Literally, people have been making up all kinds of backstories for me, and I've just been
You're a
going with it.
default character. Yeah.
I'm a nobody. I came into this as a nobody, and I'm okay with that.
I'm not even convinced you were born. You just spawned one day.
Dude,
I'm just
I was born during a blizzard. That's probably the only cool detail of my life.
I like that. Someone needs to continue that story. A dark
That's
blizzard.
all I got going for me. I was born during a blizzard.
I'm gonna write you a backstory one day.
I don't
I'm
need a
definitely gonna continue that
backstory.
story.
It's
Well, you
boring.
know,
Like I had some fun stuff happen to me
What if Jaffe
gassed?
makes a video game out of you? We gotta have some type of
Do we
story
do
for him.
we
So
want to
far, all he has is a Blizzard
do we
Knight.
want to talk about my real past? Is that something that people want? If you want me to talk about my real past, I'll do it. I don't need money to do it. One's in the chat if you want it, two's if you don't. And
Let's go.
whatever wins, I will answer any questions about my past. I don't mind. I just don't like to
I
talk
want.
about it online because then it's that line between reality and online, it gets blurred, and I don't like that.
I get that, but I still want a Telltale game based on all that, though.
Yeah, it wouldn't be entertaining. It'd be like what Devin said in the chat, straight boring.
I want to know
Lolcow
Devin's
King
story now.
says he has lore. He says, I have lore. My dad put 5 gallons of... Never mind, I'm not going to read that. Arson is not a joke. Arson is no joke. So, what do you think the future of not only Lolcow Nerds, because we were talking about that earlier, but both that and Aussie are? Just from, like, a viewer's standpoint.
You
And you can be
guys
blunt.
don't. I will. I love you, but I will be blunt. You guys are the type of show that you don't really. First of all, you don't need a docket. You don't need to really plan too much ahead of time or anything like that. You guys could have a discussion before the show, 10 minutes tops, and then you just pretty much wing it the whole time because you guys run the show based on your personality and just being fucking random and weird. That's pretty much it. So if anything, with nerds though, nerds obviously with the name Lolcow Nerds, yes, it's like 70% drama, and then the rest would be like nerdy topics and stuff. They need to have some type of structure in there. They need to have like some of that like nerd content in there thrown in there at some point. You guys don't need that. You guys just wing it and it works. And that's what makes it entertaining. I mean, like I said this once and I'll say it again. You guys, at least before you with Rat stuff, you guys were fucking oh my god, Jay and Silent Bob pretty much. That's who you guys were to me. You guys were Snoochie Boochies, and I loved it.
Snoochie Boochies. What's a Snoochie Boochie?
The world may never know. There's a lore behind that too.
Yeah, winging it's fun, but it can only go on for so long before you have to have something, to cover, right? Because then you have to go and think about like, well, what story from my past am I going to talk about? Or like, eventually it still becomes somewhat structured. So that's the only thing about winging it. And then there's the anxiety that comes with, is it entertaining when we're winging it, right? Chilean Gypsy. Okay, now it gets the full name for
There we
for
go.
$2 Canadian. You be seeking better help, docs, 100%, cause help you need. Thank you, Master Yoda. I appreciate it.
So wise.
But no, I mean, yeah, we dockets are great, and I have one that I can access right now. But right now, I want to talk to Final. He's been supporting all of the shows except for Queens, right?
I tried Queens. My ears can only take so much, dude. And then Milkers, I watched 5 seconds of it. The second, no, I can't do it. I can't. I click out immediately. Madhouse. At first, I was kind of weirded out by it, but now I'm accepting it for what it is. And then Cafe. I love Ken and Beans. I have some criticism about Cafe. I'll just say.
So would that be something you'd want to spill here or save for?
Sure, why not? I'm not a host. I ain't nobody special on here. So when it comes to Ken and Beans, I love them. They're awesome. They've been super cool to me, helpful and all that stuff. But the show itself, I feel like it does better as a afternoon stream or evening stream. Because like you get the idea of like Cafe and it's relaxing and everything like that, especially with Ken's voice and Bean's voice. It's more like, damn, okay, I finished work. I'm gonna click on some Cafe and just relax. For a morning stream though, I don't really want to feel relaxed in the morning. I want to feel energized, like I'm getting ready to go for the day. I want to have my coffee. I want to get pumped up. Like, you ever seen the movie Good Morning Vietnam? Robin Williams. Please tell me you've seen that movie. My God, Robin, do you know Robin Williams?
Who?
You're fucking with me. You have seen it. Okay.
Good
I'm
morning.
learning.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Not on that level, but you get what I'm saying though. Like with the good morning shows, like "Good morning, Lolcow universe. It is currently 10 a.m." Blah blah blah. Like I kind of want to hear that level in the morning.
Like Three Dog.
I still, yeah. There's nothing wrong with the show.
You know who Three
The
Dog
show
is?
good. No, my mind went to something very disturbing.
Chat, would you like to fill in Mr. Final on who Mr. Three Dog is, if you don't mind? Thank you.
But I do want to clarify. I do. Hold on. Did they write it?
Did they write what?
I do want. Oh, to clarify what you were just telling me.
Oh. Somebody got to know who Three Dog is, unless I got the name wrong.
No, but I will say this. There's nothing wrong with Cafe. For me personally, I don't see it as a morning show. That's all. Nothing crazy.
The chat answered. Three Dog is a Fallout 3 radio host. So, you and the chat, because I want to know the chat's opinion about this too. Out of the two next co-hosts, like our guest hosts to come on to the show.
Yep.
Between Review Tech USA and David Jaffe, who are you most excited for, or who are you least looking forward to, and what would your reasons why be? I'm going to pass
Review
out in a
Tech.
minute. You're most excited for?
Review Tech. Only because we haven't seen him in a while.
I do
I know at some point he's going to take off his shirt, so I guess that's something we can all get excited about. So yeah, I'm going to say Rich. There's nothing wrong with Jaffe. I love Jaffe, but yeah, that's who I'm mostly excited about.
See, I'm weird. I love both Rich and Jaffe for very different reasons. And it's also very similar because I just like to see them go off talking about whatever they want to talk about. And I like talking about it with them. I don't like the things that come out of both of their mouths just crack me up, and the deliveries always crack me up. And sometimes, especially with Rich, he's not even trying to be funny. And it's fantastic. I love it. Our primetime show with Rich was one of my favorite streams that we've ever done.
I love that one.
It was so fun. And I know
Dude,
he has so much to say.
That's why I'm so excited for that stream. You guys blend so fucking well with Rich. I only met Rich once in real life, was at a game convention. Obviously he was much bigger than what he is now, but dude, man, he got soft hands, first of all. But yeah, he's a cool dude. I liked him.
Also, what do you think about Jaffe?
Well, for those who don't know, he's creator of God of War and Twisted Metal. I don't think he's mentioned that before. I think he's really subtle about that. But as a podcast host, he's really entertaining. I love how quick he is behind the mic. And I could just watch. I don't even have to watch the stream. I just love listening to it at this point. Like before, I was like, dude, this is some disturbing shit right now. After a while, it's like, fuck, I'm the one that's disturbing because I'm enjoying this stuff. And I just accept it at this point. I'm loving it though. Jaffe's great, man. He's hilarious. So, man, yes, I'm looking more forward to Rich, but I think it's because we haven't seen him in a while. But it's kind of together, neck and neck, when it comes to who I'm mostly excited for now when I talk about it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Which one are you excited more?
I couldn't really tell you because I'm excited for both, right?
Yeah.
Because I went on Tech Talk when it was Tech Talk, and I hosted an episode with Rich, and I had a lot of fun. And then I went on to Madhouse and hosted an episode with Jaffe, and I had a whole lot of fun. But I couldn't decide. I couldn't tell you which episode I had more fun on. But yeah, I'm excited. And it's one of those things where I'm just looking forward to talking to both of them again. I haven't really had a chance in a good while. So there's going to be a little, with Rich, there'll be a little bit of catching up, filling him in.
Have you watched any of Rich's streams lately? Whenever he goes live?
When I get the chance, but he's usually live when I'm not awake. And I'm trying to fix the sleep schedule. It is bad.
Dude, yeah, I'm fucked. I get 5 hours of sleep. That's it.
It is so bad. And right now, last night, I was up pretty much all night just coughing, dude. I don't know what I got, but it ain't fun.
But, yeah, I'm going to tell you one thing. I barely remember when I was having a conversation with you late at night. I thought that was a dream. I don't know why I was dreaming of you. This was the question I asked myself. I don't remember talking to you on Discord that night when you were like, "Final, you want to come on the show?" I don't remember that.
Yeah, we. Now you're just making me look like a liar.
It never happened.
Guys,
this is the second damn thing you lied about. Twiggy.
Let me just be honest, right? I manipulated Final into coming on to the show tonight because I was desperate. Review Tech USA, he's not coming on. I made it up. David Jaffe, despite the fact that he said on the show the day before yesterday that he's coming on, I think. Maybe it was yesterday. I don't remember. My timeline's all messed up. I made that up. I'm desperate. Yeah. I see all the hate in the chat, and it's getting to me.
I could feel it. I don't even have the chat open, but I could feel it. It's hurting my stomach.
You gotta poop, bro. Do you need to go poop?
No, I'm gonna clench it like Billy does. He's shown me the way.
No, don't do that.
I'm good. I'm actually good right now. I did fuck up though. I did have a taste of this Diablo sauce.
Did you say you said you were gonna clinch it like who?
What? I didn't say anything.
Clinch it like Beckham.
Clinch it like who? Billy,
clinch it like Beckham.
What kind of sickness
like master
is going around the Lolcow universe right now, bro?
A lot of people are sick. I have diarrhea, but that's okay. It's probably foodborne illness for me. I've been eating keto. It's probably keto squirts. Probably have keto flu.
I mean, Cousin Mickey's saying that I'm doing drugs. Maybe I'm dope sick, Billy.
Do you think you've been doing drugs?
I don't think so.
You know,
but I've also been waking up tired, so I could be sleepwalking and doing drugs.
You should go to Lolcow rehab.
Oh, dude. I mean, you know, since I pretty much am a failure everywhere else, maybe I found my purpose.
This would be a good time for you to go to rehab. What are you drinking, Twiggy? Ice water?
I really hope
Coca-Cola.
That's water.
That cup looks refreshingly cold.
Twiggy, you shouldn't drink soda, man. That shit will fuck you up.
It's healthy soda.
Can't stand when people do that. How dare you drink soda?
Twiggy, how do you feel about people who say that you're a psychopath?
I see it, but they're wrong.
I said from day one. I said from day one that you were a psychopath, and I thought it was a joke. I thought I was joking. I'm worried that I put you on a path that you didn't belong to because I feel like maybe I forced you down this road. Were you just going down a path I put you on because I jokingly called you a psychopath? Did I make you this man today?
I mean, if it keeps me from taking accountability, then yes.
I did this to you, Twiggy. This is all my fault.
It's all your fault, Billy. I was gonna blame Becky, but this is easier.
Day one, I saw you came up. I said, "This guy's sick. This guy's twisted. There's something fucking wrong with him."
Got a few screws loose.
There's no way that he hasn't seen at least 6 or 7 dead bodies.
I have.
That's known.
That's one of those things that is very true.
The bodies part, or you being unhinged? Okay.
Yeah, Billy,
God, okay.
Tina exposed in the chat today that my wife has legs.
Yeah, it's pretty bold of you to invite her to fat camp and have her walking around everywhere.
Well, I mean, also, as I told them, I didn't even make that shit up, bro. It was thrown into my lap, and I thought it would be hilarious.
So
who told the audience that your wife had no legs?
I believe it was an old supporter by the name of Ghostbusters.
Really?
Well, he's the one who started the rumor in the Discord. So I've just been going with it. I'm pretty sure. Because somebody basically just asked, you know, do you and your wife go on long walks on beaches or whatever? And somebody else, I'm pretty sure it was Ghostbusters, was like, nah, bro, you're being inconsiderate. And they're like, why? And then he was like, his wife doesn't have legs. And I thought it would be funny to go with it ever since. And this is way before there was multiple shows. This is before the cancer arc. It has been a running gag in the Discord. And then it was mentioned on the show. And I was like, let's see where this goes.
People are so down on you right now, Twiggy.
They are.
You know what sucks?
What sucks?
Right now.
Oh, is it? Yeah,
You know-
it really
oh,
does
yeah.
suck.
What sucks is you had a really good time at Fat Camp. You were zooming and booming and manning the camera. You were very helpful. Keem didn't give you $100 like he gave everybody else, but he gave you a thumbs up, right?
Yeah, I got a thumbs up.
He was like, he gave you a good job. He's a good job. He gave everybody else $100.
He paid for my
He
flight.
gave you memories.
Yeah, he paid for your flight. That was nice.
So it was a little more than $100.
Yeah, he was like, Twiggy, good job. He said, good job,
You
Twiggy.
get to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
guys,
missed it.
Twiggy talks a big game. Twiggy acts like he's running the show, but he hasn't been able to even get his car back from Wings' house.
I'm working
Twiggy's
on
lost.
My...
Twiggy's lost, and I'm not talking about the ABC sitcom.
It's a drama, Billy. I'm gonna lose my mind again. I didn't want any drama today. Today was supposed to be a calm day. I just found this in my pocket.
What is that?
Fuck.
It is a balled up paper towel. Probably has boogers on it.
From crying?
Yeah, from crying.
You don't cry, do you? You don't
Not
cry,
really.
do
I'm
you,
not,
Twiggy?
I'm not really a crier. I gotta be really drunk, and then I can look at a flower, and it'll make me cry because of how beautiful it is.
That's deep.
Twiggy, if you put a poll in the chat right now, how many people do you think
Look at my eyes.
would say?
I'm crying.
How many people would you think would say they fucking hate you if you said, do you hate Twiggy? Yes or no?
Oh, my eyes
How many
hurt,
people?
Billy. My eyes.
How many people you think would hate you right now?
I look like I've been smoking weed.
Have you been smoking weed, Twiggy?
No, I haven't even had any. All I've had is Dayquil. I'm dying, Billy. If I had weed, I'd be having so much more fun. All right, what's our
Twiggy,
poll?
do you have? Ask the audience. Do you hate Twiggy? Yes or no?
I'm going for 70% hate right now. That's
You think
that's
70?
That's my
'Cause
guesstimation.
Indie Out Loud. I don't know why I said Cout. Indie Out Loud thinks 70 as well.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make sure at least one person says no.
Do you hate Twiggy? Yes. Send. Okay. We're good.
I like to think that I'm somewhat situationally aware, despite never knowing what's going on. I think I have a good balance there. I think I balance it well. Billy, it's Beyond the Box.
Beyond the Box is live.
Beyond the Box, you're live.
You know, surprisingly enough, 132 people have voted, and it's 68% do hate you.
Mm-hmm.
But that's...
Can you guys hear me, Billy?
We can hear
Yeah,
you.
you're loud and clear, Brenda.
Oh, I dropped my mic. I forgot my mic's wireless. That's my bad, guys. I'm retarded.
We still heard you, though.
Well, now I have one thing to say.
And what is that one thing?
Twiggy, you owe me one hell of an apology.
For what?
Why does Twiggy owe me an apology?
Let me think it through.
Twiggy owes me an apology.
Because you're missing a leg.
And I said, I give you major kudos, dude, because by the time I was out of the hospital and I lost my leg, my husband was gone. But you were sticking it out with yours, and I was so proud of you. Fuck you. What the hell? Who do you think you are? Saying that kind of a lie when there are people that are missing their legs, dude. I am so hurt. I am so hurt right now. You need to stop lying, or I need to come to your house and stick 10 bars of soap in your mouth and make you swallow that shit. That is wrong. There is a special place in hell for people like you. I am so pissed off at you right now. Now you tell me, tell me why you thought saying shit like that was so fair to people that are missing legs. Me, Tina, anybody else.
I
Tell me
mean,
why
there's
you think
people who
that
are
was nice.
missing their, like, I don't know, there's people who are missing their fathers, but people can still make jokes about them being fatherless. It's a
And
joke.
I'm missing that too. I'm going to tell you what you're missing, Twiggy. You're missing a fucking brain. That's what you're missing. You're missing a heart, a soul, and a brain.
Humor may
Clue,
be
buddy.
objective,
Get-
but I still have, you know, my sense of humor, and I can understand if you.
That is not a sense of humor, buddy. That's not.
I think
Have a nice day, sir.
you as well.
You tried to make a point. You were like, people miss their fathers. They can still make jokes about, I'm missing my father too. You fucking fucked up on the double down.
No, I mean,
That was-
I still double down on it because, like, at the end of the day,
that
it's
was
a
great.
joke.
You fucked up on
right?
that too.
At the end of the day, it's a joke for one. Two, right? That was something other people started. I went along with it, but I probably would have made up the same rumor too because it's funny. It's absurd. The story originally was that she lost one leg on a roller coaster accident and the other in an escalator incident, Billy. Does that not just sound preposterous? Right?
No, it sounds preposterous. It sounds crazy, but here's the thing, right? Imagine all the people that thought that you were an amazing man because you got with a woman who went through such heartache, and like what a guy who could see something in somebody who suffered, and they think highly of you, and then they realize you're just a slime that was lying, right? That's where they're coming from, right?
I mean, I even yes, Xylee, I said that she lost them on an escalator on a stream because that was eventually. I've talked about this with you, Billy. I've talked about it with everybody at Fat Camp. The story changed, and I went along with it. It was funny to me, right? Because of how like it literally was never something that was even supposed to come to the show. Whenever like somebody acknowledged it, because I wasn't the first to acknowledge it on the show. A member came on talking about it, and I just went along with it. Right? It's always been known that it was a joke on the Discord. Then multiple shows started being introduced. More people were introduced. And then more people started talking about it. Right? I didn't think, people were going to think I was some amazing guy because I'm taking care of her. I've made multiple like joking statements where I thought the tone of sarcasm was clear that I don't take care of her. She will whoop my ass. Right? Like, I don't want any sympathy for this because I was trying to imply that it's not real without saying it's not real because then that just makes the joke not as fun.
I think the audience should actually feel more sympathy for you and more care for you as a husband because sure, your wife has 2 legs, but you stay with her and she has something far more dilapidating than missing 2 legs. She's stuck with you as a husband.
That's not a bad point, Billy.
Everyone owes him an apology.
Yeah, you guys, look at what a good guy he is for her poor woman. That poor woman. Sure, she's got 2 legs, but she's got to deal with this fucking guy every day. Think about
the real
that.
hero in the story.
At the end of the day, right?
Arms of an angel.
At the end of the day, I'd rather put out something that's not true about my wife than, have details about her out there because she has nothing to do with this universe, right? That's why when I got to Fat Camp, like, I was like, you guys can talk about what you want, right? But the last thing I want is for her to be on camera, right? Because that's my personal life. That's very different from my online life, right? So if people are going to ask questions, I'm going to answer sarcastically. I still, like, I understand why people would be upset about it, but at the end of the day, it was a giant inside joke. You just weren't in on it. And, I shouldn't have kept it going this long, but I did. And it protected her personal information. And, yeah, I still think it's funny.
Yeah, but now that everybody knows she has legs, there's going to be shoe thieves out to get her.
Yeah, but there's also still no proof that she does have legs, Billy.
There is. Everybody's Fat Camp's seen them.
Who?
It was all an illusion.
I haven't seen anybody say it except for in text on a chat. That could have been Albert saying it as a joke, trolling me. Albert would
Roxy
never do that.
said it. Roxy said it.
I've seen no proof of this, Billy.
I was there.
I don't believe you.
You saw nothing, Billy.
I don't know.
I thought you were a
talking
good
about.
husband, Twiggy.
I am a good husband.
I looked up to you.
That's the only thing in my life I do take seriously. Is my marriage.
I'm proud of you for that, though.
Or I shouldn't say that. That's the thing I take more seriously than anything. Xylee, I don't need a screenshot. I'm being sarcastic. I think I'm just a little too serious when I'm sarcastic.
Twiggy was always running to his wife at fat camp to see that she was okay and be there for her.
I don't need your defense, Billy.
You could see him being a good husband. He definitely does care for her. And her 2 legs!
I don't need your defense, okay?
The amount of care you put into the woman, it's almost as if she didn't have legs. Always running to get her things and being there for her.
Love controls me. It consumes me. What can I say? Leave me alone, Billy. You're making me uncomfortable. We don't talk about this side of me.
The amount of time you spent pushing Shy around in a wheelchair, it was almost like you had a significant other without legs. What the fuck was up with that?
He was having trouble walking.
Very weird shit went on at Fat Camp, actually.
It was very interesting. Poot, I thought Twiggy stole Tina's toe because he was building his wife new legs. I'm sorry you thought that, Poot. I appreciate the $5.
Yeah, Twiggy, we need Tina's toe back. We know you have it.
Wait,
I thought Xylee's leg was going to Twiggy's wife. I thought that was the whole goal.
What happened to Tina's toe?
Tina's toe is missing.
Does the toe come off of the foot?
It's obvious that Tina's toe is gone and her cabin too smells like smoke because you used Ninja Vanish smoke to sneak into her cabin, steal the toe, and Ninja Vanish to get away. You were the only person who logistically could have gotten that cabin and stolen
I
that
have
toe.
asthma, Billy. It couldn't have been me. I'll let you swab my lung linings. Is that something that can be done? There's somebody out there smart in the chat who knows if that would be able to tell if I didn't do something
Maybe.
or not. Because Tina blamed me for her cabin smelling like smoke too.
Maybe.
She said I let somebody in.
And then you took the toe.
Ooh, a dono goal to take Twiggy's legs. Interesting.
To be fair, there's not really much legs there.
What you talking about? You always show your thick thighs.
We could probably end this poll. Almost half of the people have voted, and surprisingly enough,
we should have done the poll before more people turned on me, or after more people turned on me, though. That
only 63% of the votes hate you. That's lower than we thought.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a good 70.
I thought it was going to be 90.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I voted yes too. I'm sorry.
I went on my phone and voted yes. Well, I can never vote for myself. That's just cringe. One buff weeb for $2. Billy, is your back hurting from carrying this?
My back has been hurting from Fat Camp. I'm fine though.
Billy, you had some nasty falls, but I think I fell harder for you.
Yeah. We had a good time. I made you a Magic the Gathering card deck. I think I'm going to make one for Beans and Grim. Two. One for Beans and one for Grim.
That would be nice.
And hopefully we'll have another meetup. And because they want to play Magic too.
I don't think Twiggy fell for you as much as Wonder Woman and Scott putting lotion on your back. Nothing can top that magical moment.
No, Nothing compares. I can't believe their date ended with them rubbing sunburn lotion on my back.
Boils. Your back boils.
They literally
that
were
movie.
rubbing my naked back at the end of their date.
I'd rent
That's
that
how it
tape.
ended.
I'd rent
Was
it.
there any music playing at all at that moment, or were you just singing
I
to?
Can't recall. We were in the dining area of the main lodge. Everybody was around too. It was wild. I was there with my top off. Wonder Woman was on this side of my body. Scott was on this side. She had smooth caressing rubs. Scott was applying a pressure that could almost be described as too hard, with the burns obviously on this side of my body being the worst. But he was a man, so I think he thinks
Scott
pressure.
is a man.
I think he thinks pressure is important. As a man, you might imply too much pressure. That's one of my secrets as a man. When I'm doing the touching, I lean towards a soft touch. Men seem to go pressure over smoothness. Women always go a little smoother with their touch. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. So as men, and you touch a body, how do you touch a body?
I always have to be
smooth?
smooth with it, because if not, it feels like a skeleton's caressing you, and people tend to feel uncomfortable when that happens. So like if I
Yeah.
go straight in for the touch, right, it hurts people because of how bony I am. Billy, I know
Yeah.
I didn't sit on your lap like I did Boogie's at Fat Camp, but you can feel my bones.
Yeah,
It's not good.
I can imagine that. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel
don't
like
like
I gotta
it when-
build up to it. I gotta build up to that touch. Like as soon as like you're there, and then you just go right in, like you just want to break someone's back. That's just how it
Yeah.
goes.
No, there's a certain way to touch. There's a dance. There's an art to touch.
I
There's
never
a
learned how to
smooth-
dance, Billy.
Well,
Dude,
I can barely walk.
I can't dance, but do you know who can
it's all about the
dance?
glide and being ready to slip inside.
Is that sexual advice or dancing advice? What kind of advice is this, Billy? This is just life
life.
advice. Yeah, life advice.
It's life
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah, I catch your drift. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I'm picking up what you're sliding in. You guys ever play old school Hollywood baseball?
What's old school Hollywood baseball, Billy?
You know, Sandlot,
Yeah, I used
home
to go out
home
to the
runs
field.
and humdingers.
I used to go out to the field. Every once in a while, I'd ride my bicycle out to the field. I'd play a little bit of, base running. I don't know baseball terms, bro. We should just hit the ball with a bat.
I used to play baseball a lot, but then one day I ended up knocking the ball over the fence, and they told me not to go over the fence because there was a big dog over the other side of the fence.
Yeah, the games were big, but the parties were bigger.
I just
Swear to
described
God.
Sandlot, by the way.
If you were
Oh,
about
guys.
the bullpen,
Rastov's known about my wife since, before the first show. He's seen her walk in on camera multiple times. It was literally an inside joke. Almost all of the hosts knew. Except for, hosts that I don't talk to, I guess, because they never asked about it. And, people in the community can confirm, too. If I was asked about it and I didn't have a camera on me, I'd just tell you exactly how it is. I've talked about it in the Aussie chat multiple times. Most people knew it was a joke. And I still think it's funny. How many times have I... That's quadrupling down. But go on, Billy.
yeah. Whenever I was asked by anybody about Twiggy's wife having legs, I would answer, yeah, sure.
I mean, that's my answer when people ask anything about my wife, at all.
I was like, yeah, sure.
So convincing.
That's my go-to. Somebody asks about my wife, boom. I'm going to just say, yeah. Boogie said that my wife is black in the theater room. He said he met her and that she was black, and I just said, yep.
Who
Wait,
did
that
you
wasn't-
confirm? Wait, so what host did you confirm it with? Because you never confirmed it with me. I figured you were lying a long time ago. Me and you haven't been getting along for at least a month.
Yeah, but I told you. I believe it was in DMs, but it could have been in a
I'll go
private
look right now.
call. Yeah, it could have been in a
No,
call.
you've never told me that. But I'm
Zyla,
gonna look. I'm
Zyla,
gonna
you've
see.
known.
I'm gonna look. Yeah, because I know you were a liar. I
No,
figured you were a liar a long time
I have
before.
literally talked to you about it.
Hold on. No, you haven't.
I have.
Yeah, you did tell me. 114. You did tell me.
Yeah, I know.
On 114. It's been a running joke that turned into my backstory since I joined. Everything about my family and whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to read that part.
Yeah.
I forgot about it. Because I was figuring you were lying like a month and a half ago.
Anybody who asks about it, I'm just going to be like, yep. If somebody asked me if my wife...
Why did you carry it for so long?
Because I wanted to see how long it could go. It's funny to me. I have a twisted sense of humor.
Holy shit.
And I knew that one day it would come out and it would be just as funny to me because I have a messed up sense of humor.
But your audience like fucking hates you right now.
I mean, they already hated me.
Yeah, but I mean,
and they don't all
do you
hate
want
me.
your audience to hate you?
Only 60% of them. Well, I mean, at this point, that was all they were talking about, so I might as well acknowledge it, right? Why keep it going when it's out there?
Oh shit.
But I also
this is your cancer.
Yeah, but I think it's funny.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You know what I think is funny?
What?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Orange, you glad I didn't say banana?
Oh my god.
That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
That should have made me
did
laugh.
she say that this is my cancer?
Oh God, no. We started a new story now.
No, I'm just kidding.
Please don't. Please don't.
That was insensitive, and I'm sorry for that. Oops.
Too far.
So, Billy, thoughts on tonight's events?
Man. When it rains, it pours, and I think I've been getting comfortable paying my bills, and I just very happy that everything's falling apart here in the Lolcow universe, so that I can get uncomfortable
back on
again.
That grind.
Yeah, no, it's been too easy here at Lolcow Rewind getting a paycheck every month. So it's nice that everybody's fucking up so big across the board. We'll be back on the unemployment line here very soon. Nice. It's nice that it's a collective effort. Not just one person is fucking up. It's everybody.
I think
if you're not throwing your wife through a table, you're lying about her legs. It's perfect. We're fine. Everything's fine.
Barb Salmon
The outside
said,
world is the one that's crazy.
Barb Salmon left a chat that says, Twiggy has always said he's a POS. Why are y'all surprised? I was literally hired as a troll. That was literally, like, I've always been a troll. That being said, that had nothing to do with the trolling. I just didn't care to answer any questions about my wife. I like talking about it, Billy, but I shall let you continue.
Yeah, I think, not talking about your wife is fine. I think that there should be a level of mystery. If you don't want your significant other to be public, you shouldn't have it. You shouldn't have it be.
Anybody who Googled her also would be following a paper trail that led to a dead end. It was nice.
Yeah, but I do understand why people are miffed, especially people who are missing appendages themselves, and had some sympathy for your situation.
I understand that, and I told those people not to have sympathy for my situation because it's not like that. And people who I've actually talked to about it, other than like responding in the YouTube chat, right? Like, there's been tons of people I've talked to about it who are missing appendages. In the Discord.
Fuck, I forgot. I can't fart.
Yeah, don't fart, Billy. But
Nope.
yeah, like I've been very upfront about it, other than on camera. I guess this is a good reason for you to join the Discord because no, I'm just kidding. That was an ill-timed plug. Bad timing, Billy. Billy, are you okay?
No, I just about shit my pants.
I'm almost there, but I've been holding through this whole time. I'm actually impressed with myself. I don't know what's going on.
I'm not having tummy issues.
You have other issues.
I have a lot of issues, but I've never denied it.
You embrace it.
Maybe a little too much. We'll get to see Jaffe's opinion on all of this tomorrow on Lolcow Aussie. Make sure
he's going to put you
stop
through
by
an AI
at 12 a.m. EST.
I guarantee you, whatever's wrong right now, going through your head, Jaffe's going to be the one to figure it out, and he's going to use AI to do it.
There's a lot going on inside of my head.
Twiggy, do you think there's a road to redemption for you?
I'm the wrong person to ask that question because I think there's a road to redemption for almost anybody.
So you do think there's a road to redemption for you?
I said almost anybody.
I know that there is for you. I know that there is a Twiggy out there that the world loves. But I don't know if
he ain't on the internet.
I don't know if you're gonna show him to us. I don't know if you're gonna let him out. I think you like playing Deputy Dickhead too much.
I mean, I let it out. It's just.
I don't know. Do you get bored? Is that what it is?
It's exhausting.
And you get exhausted?
Yeah.
What is it? Is it exhausting? Do you get bored? What is it? Because you can't like. It's 2 hours a night. Maybe no, actually for you it was like 4 hours, 6 hours a night sometimes. Aussie went long, and I'm wondering what it is. Do you just get tired and bored and cantankerous? What is it?
It's a little bit of that, right? But it's also like I don't like to hold my tongue, especially when like something's said and I get a little too blunt, and it's more exhausting to just hold it in, I guess.
Yeah.
But I've also just, I mean, I how do I put this, right? Billy, would you agree with the statement that a lot of people who have, seen some things, some not so good things, generally have messed up senses of humor, right? It's easy for me to make like jokes about things because I guess I've seen how real things can get in the world. So it's the easiest way to deal with it. That's not the reason I do it. That's just,
I think I could out sicko most people on this earth. I think messed up sense of humor. I think I'm holding back every damn day. I think I could make everybody in this audience sick to their stomach if I wanted to, right? But that's not what my job is.
Mm-mm.
My job is to make everybody in this audience smile and laugh and leave these 2 hours feeling better about spending 2 hours with me, right? And I feel like that's what your job is. Could be wrong about that. I don't know. It's your job to decide what your job is, right?
I don't think so.
What do you think your job is here?
I mean, it gets a little confusing because I was just told go in, be yourself.
You haven't done that.
Oh, I've been doing it. This is how I've been since I joined the community.
Have you ever been yourself?
In smaller calls. But it's not even that's my that's just me when I'm calm, right?
But how much of real world Twiggy do we get on this show? in the Discord?
On the show, not as much.
Like if you gave it a percentage, 10.
Oh no, I wouldn't even say that. I just say that it's just that, there's me in real life, right? And there's me online, and I think those are just as much me. It's just I show a different side. That's the way that I think it is. I don't know. I'm not a therapist, all right?
So is this the Twiggy that you hold inside while you're out in the real world, and then you use this time to like let loose and let it all out instead of holding it in?
I'd have no idea. I mean, it could be. I mean, I'm having fun. And I've never been the kind of person to let something get me down, right? I've never been somebody who like had to be liked, I guess. It feels weird for me to be liked. Like when people are affectionate, supportive, I don't really know how to respond to that. Because
do you think that's a character flaw, or do you think that that's something that you should like seek psychological help for?
I don't even think it's anything like that, because like I do, like whenever somebody compliments me, like I appreciate it, right? But I don't really give the reaction that most people would expect, because I thank them. But the last thing I want to do is fake like outward emotions, right? Because I want the situation to be real, if that makes any sense. So like, I guess a good example is like when people have called into the show, like Gamer, for example, and I tell him I appreciate him. It can come off as sarcastic because I'm kind of saying it in a monotone tone, and I'm not really showing much outward emotion, right? Or when I would tell you I appreciate you in person, like there'd be some times where I was all happy-go-lucky, I had some caffeine in me, but this is generally like how I am when I talk about anything. If I'm upset, if I'm happy, it's weird. But I can also be happy and smile and all that.
Yeah, you're still relatively young. Like, you're put in a position right now where, like, you're figuring out a lot. And you've been doing this for a while too. You had your TikTok. You've been you were doing stuff though, like,
oh yeah, Billy, I've been canceled 14 times. I've kept count.
Yeah, so but you were a bit of a disruptor on TikTok too. I saw some of your TikToks.
They think I'm bad here, Billy.
They're funny. They're troublesome, but funny.
I didn't know this existed. I have to. Is it called? I'm just gonna search it for myself.
They think I'm bad here.
They're funny.
You know the truth. You know how it actually is. I've been very tame. Very. I've been trying to be a good boy.
Ah, damn it. Twiggy, I know what's happening.
What is it?
You have to tell them that you're the son of a Ku Klux Klan grandmaster. You've been hiding.
No, but my dad actually did get kicked out one time.
Oh my God.
This is a true story. So my grandpa happens to be, back in the day, my grandpa happened to be slightly racist. Okay, this is way before I was born. This is back in the 70s. And my dad brought home one of his friends. And my dad got kicked out for bringing his friend home because his friend was not white. I learned about this because I was thinking about bringing somebody to my grandpa's house who may have not been white.
Your grandpa's a racist.
How does Billy say something?
Apparently,
that far out?
he's
and you're
reformed.
Like, speaking of that,
because Twiggy's always got a actually story. He's always got a little one up story. So I was gonna see where he would go with that.
That is not a one up. Okay, a one up would be if I was like, well, actually, my grandfather is, and then name the founder of the of that hate group, Billy. I have no ties. No ties to that at all. Is it because my head's shaved, Billy?
I'm just being funny, dude. I'm just being naughty. I'm just talking shit, dude. You can't say canceled 14 times, not expect me to throw a little curveball into the conversation.
Okay, one time it was literally because I said the word "cuh." I walked up to a toad because I used to like find animals and stuff, and I was like, "Yo, what's up, cuh?" Just like that, and I got canceled for it. That is all it
Paul
took.
Walker said it. Why can't you?
I know. That's literally what I was referring to.
Damn.
But I said it, and then they're like, "You can't say that word. That word belongs to, I don't even fully know, actually."
It belongs to the Crip gang members, right?
I guess.
And what?
You're not a gang member.
I'm not. No.
The gang members were coming to get you.
I've never been a part of a gang.
Buff weeb.
So I heard some interesting stuff, and I just wanted it to be repeated really quick. What's going on? What's going on, Twig?
What's the interesting
What's
stuff?
going on? Yeah. How you doing, Billy? Do I need to get you some back cream? Because you've been doing a really good job.
I'm all right. I think I need some. I think I need some clean underwear though.
Bet I probably do too after today. Shit was fucking crazy. So Twiggy, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing fantastic.
You keep lying because it doesn't seem like it.
Brother, you literally just like showed up in the community and now you think you know me.
I'm just asking. Are you upset? Why are you upset?
No, I am upset actually. I'm very upset. It feels like my show is derailed by. No, I'm good. Like.
There we go. See, a little bit of honesty there. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh no, that was another lie actually.
Oh my God, Twiggy,
I know I'm out of control.
Bruh, what the fuck is going on? I just wanted to call and say what's up and ask what's going on. Hey, Gino.
Chilling.
What's up, guys? Let me mute the streamer real quick.
Straight up chilling.
I have something to confess.
What was that?
I have something else I've been lying about.
Uh-oh.
I'm waiting for it to pop up.
Knows that, everybody knows I'm transgender and everything.
That is true,
and
yes.
I hate to break it. I've been lying.
Oh no. Gino being trans?
If everybody's coming out telling the truths, I thought I would too.
Well, to be fair, right? I don't have anything to say.
I was waiting.
You lied, and that is upsetting. I can't believe you would lie about something like that.
Yeah, I know, man. No, I'm just joking. I think it's awful you lied about those legs.
Oh no. Gino, you were aware, or were you not aware? I don't know if we've ever talked about it.
I had no idea. I was trying to figure this out. I heard something about escalators. I've been investigating it. I could not find anything.
Dude, so the fun fact, right, is that whenever the escalator thing was said, right, they asked me what it was. And I was like, well, it was, blah, blah, blah. And then like, I was describing like a mechanism, like trying to be like intricate, to be like kind of clear that I'm just making it up as I go. You're like, was it an escalator? And I was like, yeah, it's an escalator. And when I said that, I didn't realize how common escalator incidents are. I had no idea.
How many stories
if I'm
there
being
were?
honest, though,
I had no idea.
Everybody's calling for you to be punished. I don't think you should be punished. I think everybody should be punished. Everybody who knew about the lie. Everybody who played into it. Xylee, I'm calling you out. You knew, Xylee.
They all knew, but it's not. I mean, what are they gonna do? Most people knew that like I didn't want my wife being talked about, right? So whenever there's false information put out there about her, I'm not gonna deny it. And a good majority
There's a part of me that
believes There's some hosts
There's a part
that
of me
I
that
just,
believes you're.
Gino, you bitch.
Hey, don't come at me because you played along with the lie.
Bitch. I thought everybody
No,
knew it was a meme.
no. Nobody knew it was a meme. You were in on it from day one.
the
From day
Discord
one?
knew. They were just
Day
From
one.
day
Discord
one.
knew.
Day one. January 14th
one.
is not day one. I started December
That-
15th.
We're talking about day one of Fat Camp.
No, the wife didn't show up day one of Fat Camp, and I came in. She didn't come in till that weekend, the day after I showed up, right? She came in that Saturday?
No amount
What
of
day she come
semantics
in?
can get your way out of this, Eiley.
Yeah.
I think
you
Xylee
could play
forgot.
dates, but everybody
Oh,
knows.
I absolutely forgot. God damn it, because I would have used that to expose your ass a long fucking time ago because I was so fucking pissed at you because you tried to rope me into that fucking Becky lie shit. When you tried to fake those fucking DMs or whatever, and you were
That
showing
was
me, and I
mean
was
of
like,
me.
bitch. Yeah, okay. So
I
I would
shoulda-
have exposed you then because I had
shoulda-
the fucking, I had it from not April, from January 14th. I had the fucking receipt and didn't even realize I fucking had it because I would have put that shit in the Discord so fucking quick. I fucking forgot.
I literally, like, with that, like, instead of baiting you, I should have just, like, given you a little snippet of the actual DMs. But it was just so much funnier to me.
You
'cause
motherfucker. God damn it, I'm slipping. I had something in my back pocket and I didn't even fucking remember I had it.
I've been waiting for it. Like, since the first time it was
I would have
mentioned on
done
the
it too.
show,
When you talked to me the way you did that night, oh my God, I would have dropped it that night too.
You should have done it.
I would have fucking dropped it. I forgot about it. I fucking forgot about it. God damn it.
There's a part of me that thinks you're lying about this too. Like, can we get like some kind of leg confirmation photo?
I never
picture-
took a picture.
the
I never took a
picture
picture of his wife.
The picture I sent to Becky has her with legs.
Ask Roxy. She probably has a recording or something.
Yeah, but I don't want her face out there, and Roxy doesn't know how to blur a face.
Yeah, true.
So, yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny too. I am being like, I wouldn't consider myself to be overprotective, but she doesn't really care. I think
I was
think
just
you
really
talk to her
offended,
about
man.
it.
Twiggy, listen to me. This
Even
is the
I don't have
last-
legs.
True. Twiggy, listen to me. All right. And I know you're not going to, but at least I can go on record for fucking telling you this yet again. Be yourself. You can actually be a funny guy, but this shit that you've been on for the last month and a half has been dog shit.
Well, I mean, but what? Maybe
I saw
I'm
the DMs
retarded.
between you and Rastov. That was some manipulating bullshit that you were doing.
Keem came into the Aussie chat after Rewind ended and apologized and said that the conversation did happen and that I got dogged, and he kind of, got me dogged. He literally said that.
Mm-hmm.
And there were
Yeah,
witnesses.
but there was also context to it too.
Yeah, there was context.
And you completely missed the context, and I can tell that by your DMs with Rastov.
No, literally, like even Keem said, and he, like, if he's awake, he can feel free to hop on, or y'all can talk about it on Cafe or whatever. But the context was that he literally walked away, said "fuck it, fire him," like in an upset manner, and then grabbed a drink. And then that was the last thing he said in the conversation.
He was partying that night, and there was also context. And he did also say he came back and said, "This is what you should do."
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, okay." So he didn't just walk away, and the conversation ended just like you just said.
Yeah, but he also no. What I'm saying though is he didn't tell me to just outright fire him, right? He said that would be what to do if something like what happened at Fat Camp happened again.
Okay. It wouldn't be up to you to fire anyone because you just work for Keemstar. It would be
Yes.
up to Keemstar to fire someone. You were
agree.
literally make it sound like it was your power to fire Rastov.
That's what I thought Keem was saying.
Then you're a fucking idiot to not understand the context of what Keem was saying to you. That means you're not smart.
I'll accept that.
Because even I know
I've
that
never
he
claimed
wouldn't
to be
mean
smart
it like that.
That
No,
is
also
literally-
Keem kind of threatens to fire everybody every 5 seconds too.
All the time. All
So
the
like drunk
time.
Keem, that doesn't like. I feel like you took that out of context, and I felt like you're being a little bit manipulative.
I don't deny that. I will 100% admit. I took
he was
it out
being
of context.
100% manipulative.
Twiggy,
Those
you know what I want to
DMs
see
don't
from
look
you?
good for you, Twiggy.
I think you've been so focused on trying to grow and grow fast that you've kind of lost touch with yourself. I think you need to
Yes.
do some like real wholesome content, right? Like I think you need to realize you can grow without burning everybody around you.
I don't know how to be wholesome though.
Like you can like get a canoe and like I don't know, like go out in the lake, right? I feel like people would love that. It's a nice change of pace, right? Everybody's so sick of this drama. If you go out in the canoe, you're paddling out there, wholesome, beautiful.
I would
Jesus
donate.
Christ.
I would
Jesus
donate.
Christ.
I would donate.
crown.
I would become a member again.
I would crown twice. I'll make 2 accounts.
Sign away.
I want to do the bathtub stream.
Listen, a bathtub
Tub
stream? Oh my God. I'm
I
not
mean,
going to say it.
it's
I'm not
good
going to say it,
content.
Gino. I'm
It's
not going to say
peaceful.
it. I'm not going to say it,
Hey.
Gino.
You know where I got I gave him that idea. You know where I got it from.
Yes, I do.
It'd be fun.
Twiggy, stop trying to burn everybody for content because you're going to end up burning yourself.
The only person I've burned is myself.
You've burnt Rest
No.
off. You burnt me, actually. I was actually on your side at one point until you started burning me and I walked away. And I tried to give you another
Lolcow
chance.
Aussie into Megaton from Fallout.
Yeah. It's a fact.
Sorry, the Fallout references just get me.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got to see you out there chopping wood, like wholesome, getting in touch with nature. You know what I mean? Like we need the Zen Twiggy arc.
I can buy some Zens. My cat's.
No.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm leaving at that point because he does not give a fuck what you're saying. Just letting you know. Bye.
I do. I just literally have a cat that's like almost throwing up.
I mean, the closest we got to that was when you were lost in the woods. You were panicking, but that was a wholesome moment right there because you were in nature, embracing it.
Hold up, I got somebody who can.
I think
help
you just
out
gotta
with this.
show people you're human. You know.
Pete.
Oh my God.
How you doing, Pete?
Did you see when I texted Boogie at Fat Camp and Mike looks at it and he's like, "Who's that random person?" And I'm like, "Random person? That's rude." Oh my God.
You're just a rando, Pete, but I did not see that. I saw where you messaged me about it. I don't remember
I'm
when I
glad
saw
I didn't
it.
go. Just know with everything that went down, I'm glad that I wasn't that last person to attend, but I did a screenshot of the text that Boogie sent me when he invited me and said how much it was going to cost and shit. But
Yeah, no, it would
that's
have
my
cost a pretty penny. But I'm a terrible, evil person, and I'm trying to now figure out how to be wholesome, despite being
what are you talking about? You're
irredeemable.
like one of the nicest guys I've ever met.
Pete, they're gonna say that you were manipulated by me. I'm going through some controversies
Ow.
right now.
I feel like you need to like stream with somebody like Zeta,
I love Zeta.
somebody that's just
Zeta,
pure and wholesome.
Zeta
you know
is
what I mean?
actually Zeta is actually down to stream with me too.
I came
You
in
need like a
here as a
wholesome
friend.
wholesome moment with her.
But then I don't know if you even manipulated me, but I came on here though because I wanted to be there for you.
No,
wanted to
I
be wholesome.
appreciate it, and I didn't want to like talk about the drama with you. I just wanted to talk about whatever we wanted to talk about. It just got here, and that's okay.
It was like get here at
This
some
is coming
point,
from a
to be
guy who
honest.
shared hotel rooms multiple times with Boogie, post surgery too. I mean, you know,
I guess
seen
you
him say
just.
some crazy.
I guess
Seen
you
him do
just.
say some crazy shit, Twiggy. You're mild compared to the shit I've seen, man. Yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah, I'm in a little deep right now, Pete. I don't know if you've been keeping up with the show or not, but
Yeah, trying to.
I've dug
You
myself
haven't been
a
fired
hole.
yet, which is good because like
Yeah.
which I think it was you. I just said a little bit ago. Final like Keem threatens to fire someone every 5 seconds or something. Yeah.
Maybe you need to do like a charity stream, you know? everybody together and work towards something good.
Every time someone donates, Twiggy donates a drop of blood. I don't know.
I mean, I get like, see, but the funniest charity stream to me, which I know it shouldn't be funny, but I always feed my sense of humor. It's a crippling problem for me. Are you okay?
Oh God.
Why are you hairballing? Cats, it's normal for cats to hairball, correct? Because she
Yeah.
rarely
Cats, I don't know.
Rarely hairballs.
She must be upset about the legs.
She's gotta
Cats
be.
don't exist to me. They're not real.
She's acting fine. But yeah, give me. Oh yeah, she's walking up to me. She's drinking water right now and eating food, so she just had to get it out of her system. But no, I'd love to do a charity stream. That would be fun. We could do it to some kind of foundation for amputees. Is that too soon?
So hey, that's perfect. You're right in your wrongs.
And like it's funny. We got but let's be honest in the chat.
What if you do like a charity wheelchair basketball game?
Yeah.
to promote the new Nintendo Switch game?
Oh my God. I'll come to that stream.
Price tag on that new console, that Switch 2.
What's the price tag?
$449 without tax, and then with the digital Mario Kart World bundle, I think it's $499. Yeah.
Youch. But yeah, Gino, I'm 100% down. It's just like it's gonna look like I'm doing a charity stream to try to redeem myself, and that wouldn't be.
Well, you kind of are.
I was gonna say that.
But then it would seem fake.
Just
I guess.
Well,
it would seem fake because people know who you are.
What is the downside, though?
There's not a downside.
At least you're raising money at the end of the day.
I think.
And then you have that shield, you know, and then at least we get like somewhat of a positive ending out this, and it's kind of like a punishment too.
If there's people in the Discord, and I'll say it again at the end of the stream, but if there's people who are in the Discord and you want to get an idea of what I'm like, you know, off camera, or if you want to come in, tell me what you think about me, ask questions, whatever, right? I'm going to be in the Aussie chat at the end of the stream, and I try to be in there at the end of every stream, and we've had a good flow this week, but I mean, if you want me to like get real with people, I'll get real with people. I don't mind. I just don't want to do it in front of, you know, the masses, because I don't want to talk about like stuff that has nothing to do with the internet stuff, like personal stuff, right?
Just maybe hop in the channel and start chopping wood, you know?
Man, I can chop wood. I just got to sharpen my axe.
I thought you were going to say chainsaw, because
I wouldn't bring any sharp devices on stream. This is off-stream content.
Yeah, I think he should.
We know you have a little bit of a history.
Bat. He shouldn't have sharp objects.
A little bit of a history, you know, just a bit. Just a bit.
I want to see Twiggy fishing. That's what I want to see. Just him relaxing, just fishing.
That'd be pretty cool.
Panda the Gray said he cares more about the cat than this. Yeah. I love my animals.
I feel like that's normal.
Yeah, I don't. I think he was
like the cat's dying right next to you.
Dude, we got horses and chickens.
Do what?
I said my piece though. It was good talking to you guys. I'll see you around.
Thank you for calling in, Gino.
Put the sign up one more time, Gino.
I'm sorry.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry that I abused you in the document.
One more time.
One more time, just for us.
Thank you. That's all I hear. What? I'll put it away.
Am I the only one that? I said, am I the only one that didn't get views by you?
I guess, yeah. But also like you kind of talked to me on and off since like before I was even like in the small public eye that I am, right?
Yeah. So, because of my relationship with Boogie and whatnot.
Yeah. So I guess it's a little different. You've dealt with me behind the scenes. You weren't really somebody who was interacting with me on shows or anything like that. And if I'm not wrong, you just started like watching not too long ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably like Yeah, probably like maybe 6 months ago, something like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, with Lolcow, just in general, like the main show.
Yeah, just like around the So it would have been with the Lolcow stuff. Probably would have been like because a week before they did like the Cyrax interview, I was with Boogie and Dez in Texas at a convention, and then he had said he was gonna interview in that shithead. So then I started watching after that. So.
That was an interesting era. Cyrax is an insane person.
Yeah.
Depending on how things go in the future, there's 2 guests that we have lined up to get on that both have made pretty big videos on Cyrax, Boogie, Daniel Larson, all kinds of different characters in the the wider Lolcow universe, I guess.
Oh shit, 16-bit Pete, dude. I have to say I did end up looking up your name on YouTube, and I love your content. I love when it comes to retro gaming and like retro finds and stuff like that. I fucking love all that shit.
Yeah.
That
See,
is
I'm
fucking awesome.
cursed because like once I hit like 1,000 subs, I've been like stuck there. For
I know the
eternity.
feeling. I know the feeling. It wasn't until
non-retro gaming, but if you look up, it's one of my like best viewed videos. Boogie has nuclear farts. There's me and Boogie sharing a hotel room at a crappy Super 8 motel, like right after he had the surgery. So
hold on, I'm gonna bring Pirate in too. He's been in waiting for a little.
Dude, I want to ask you, do you ever I can see like you go to conventions and stuff like that, like Retropalooza. You ever check out one called 2 Minigames or a video game con?
I've been invited, just never been out there. My buddy Ryan runs that convention. Who's also the owner of Screenwave Media.
What's up, Pirate? How you doing? Pirate.
That's in Oaks, Pennsylvania, I think. Yeah,
Are you there?
Yeah, damn, Pete. I really would love to have like a full-blown game conversation with you one of these days.
Pirate.
Uh-oh.
We will try this again, Pirate. I'm sorry. Ian! Welcome to the Blunder Down Under. And it has been a blunder as of recent. And there's only one person to blame, and that's me. I see you're wearing protection today. That's good.
Yep.
But what's your take on all of everything that's transpired this week?
I mean, I'm even surprised I'm still here.
What do you mean?
What did you do?
Because you know how Dogwater's a snitch.
No, well, you did say some things that you probably shouldn't have said on stream.
Yeah, my buddy kind of yelled at me because I was in the break room when I said all that.
Yeah, that's probably not the best place to do it. You know, calling people
call me an idiot.
slightly obscene words while at work probably isn't.
I mean, you call her it all the time though.
But Pete, I'm gonna swap you out with somebody if that's okay with you. But I appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
All right, and I look forward to you calling in the future if I don't go missing.
Yeah, definitely, man. I got your
Take
back.
care,
Don't
Pete.
worry.
All right, peace out,
Nice
brother.
talking to you, Final. Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I honestly thought I believed your story about your wife. I didn't know it was all made up. Because sometimes when you were drunk, you got emotional about it and say, "I'm not lying. Why would I lie?" So I actually believe it. So I'm actually shocked it's real.
Was I
mean,
really
what
drunk,
if
or
it's not real?
was it part of or was it the time where like everybody was saying I was drunk when I wasn't drunk, and I made it clear I wasn't drunk, but then I started acting drunk to feed into the fact that people were saying I was drunk.
I don't honestly,
What's up, Jethro?
I don't know.
What's
you
up, Jethro?
You were like, because you looked drunk, but you looked dead in the camera. You were like, I would not lie about that. I'm like, oh shit.
I think my biggest issue with the situation is that I assumed that most people would realize that it wasn't real. And that was definitely stupid on my part. But people would ask me all the time. Like, I don't know how it didn't get out sooner, because people would ask me all the time, like, hey, is this thing with your wife real? And I'm like, nah, it ain't real, bro. And then I tell them the story of how it came into existence. And then, yeah, that's where it went.
I don't know why I never even bothered asking you that, like, or more people, like, when people actually ask you that, hey, is that actually true? You tell them, like, no, it's not. Or you just be like, sure.
I mean, we talked about it 2 days ago in the Aussie chat. Like, people were asking about it, and I talked about it in front of, like, it was only like 4 different people. But like,
I think it's because you're so convincing and stuff like that. Like, at least the way you explain things to me when I have a conversation with you, I'm believing what you're saying.
well, have we ever had a conversation about her not having legs?
No, just like in general about anything, pretty much. Like, you could have, like, when it comes to, like,
Yeah,
you playing Red Dead, you said you beat it. I don't know, and you probably never did. I don't know.
bro, I literally blew up Micah with a stick of dynamite at the end of the game, at the end of the epilogue.
Really?
The game, man, I'm still playing through it.
Well, my bad. Oops. You questioned if I had finished it.
God, I gotta delete it. I give up.
But like, yeah, no, and I mean, I've literally been pretty open about it since the beginning that, like, I'm a bullshitter. Like, I like trolling people, and the first, like, I like to take things a little far. I try not to cross the line, but sometimes I forget where the line is. And I mean, I'm gonna own it. And I'm not gonna, tell you, like, I could have, I guess, as soon as Tina was up in the chat, I could have just defended it and said it was true, but, like, what's the point, right? Like, I don't have anything to hide about that. I've just, like, nobody's ever, I've been waiting for somebody to just come out and say it wasn't real. I wanted to see how long it could go on. It's like a little bit of a challenge to myself. But Ian, I'm gonna swap you out with Captain Retard.
Sometimes attack team 242. Sometimes attack team 24. Sometimes across the line.
Jethro, I'm so sorry, but I didn't get that. Can you repeat that?
Oh, sometimes across the line.
Oh, sometimes you cross the line. Yeah, I mean, it's okay if it's like, every once in a while and you don't mean it, but I take it too far, and I'm aware. But Ian, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you very much, and you have a great one, buddy.
Yep.
If you're around, hop in Aussie after the show, and we're gonna be playing some games.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Peace out, brother.
Oh, we got Michelangelo in there too.
Oh, he'll come on.
Michelangelo.
Hello, Captain Retard.
Well,
Oh, you're
hello.
so loud.
Give me
Give me a
one
second.
second.
Give me a second. All right, continue speaking.
Well, hello, Twigster.
Hello.
Hello.
What do you think? What did you dye your facial hair?
No, it's always this color.
You look like you're going through a midlife crisis and you dyed it. Also, I'm not bullying him. Captain Retard is a member of a certain army I've put together. We're not going to talk about it here.
Hold on now.
But Jethro, I'm going to swap you out too.
Okay.
But I'm going to let you talk before you do, because you haven't gotten, many words in. But
Okay.
I guess, your thoughts about everything that's transpired.
Yeah, it crazy.
Crazy. I agree.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you calling in, brother. I know you'll
Yeah.
be there in the Aussie chat, so I'll
Yeah.
see you later. But you have a good one.
You too.
Oh no, it's not
Jethro
working.
always has good words.
He does. He's.
Wait a minute, I thought this was supposed to be Aussie. Where's the accent, Twigster?
The accent was dropped a good while ago because I was told to drop it.
Oh, come
Jethro's
on.
that guy that you could trust. Michelangelo. What's
Michelangelo, what's up?
Finally made it onto the
Missed you.
stream this week.
Guys,
Yeah.
I've got two of my favorite artists in one place: Captain Retard,
You-
and
you-
Michelangelo.
What, Twiggy? Why didn't you ever tell me that he was part of the army?
You didn't know?
No.
What is this army that I'm hearing about, though? I need details.
So
I'm the-
I didn't actually create it, but there is a small group of people who all happen to have autism who have decided that they're going to be my army. They said they wanted to be minions, but I said that that's weird. But I will gladly have an army that is just sitting there reserved for a special time. And we were going to go to war against furries, but it never really happened. So
the main furry's gone now because of stuff that happened.
Yeah, that was a while ago. A lot of people in the community don't. That was before the Lolcow universe was. That was right when it started, because that all happened right when Rewind was launched, I think.
So is there a name for this army? Because I know they got the Gooner army, they got the Weeaboo army.
I don't know.
That sounds like a band.
I don't think there's really a name for the army.
It's just the unknown army that's been building up behind the scenes.
It's just the army of artists. I don't really know how to explain it. Michelangelo, you're like the captain. What's the name? Too much dead air. Too much dead air.
No, wait, I got it. The Tisms of Tyranny.
Yeah, no, I can't. I don't like that.
Twiggy, did you see
Doesn't roll off
Nerds
the
at all
tongue.
today?
No, I was asleep.
Fucking, I went to members waiting. Zay pulled me in, and she was calling me out and shit for no reason. Like, I get. You know, I may have spammed some memes in the general
define
chat.
memes.
Going
I was
after.
gonna say you kind of built up to it, man.
Define memes. I'm gonna, you know, I'm not gonna just take your word for it. What were these memes?
How do I describe it without having John mute me again? Because John told me to knock it off with it.
Well, then yeah, I guess knock it off. That's probably a good idea. Hold up. Sorry, I'm setting up the redirect for test. Boom.
Captain, what do you have against Zay? I want to hear from your
We'll blame.
words.
Well, her voice is annoying as fuck. It's like nails on a chalkboard.
And like this. She has really dry mouth.
You know, I didn't like Zay until she became the only person more hated than me.
Were you
And then
jealous?
there's Eric name dropping me. On Lolcow
Why do
Live.
they have so much beef with you though, Captain Retard?
Because I've kind of gone after them in the general chat. Because I genuinely thought they were ruining nerds.
Oh, that was so funny. And like, they told me to stop posting pictures of Eric like a couple days ago, and then today, like everyone was posting pictures of Eric.
I don't
Yeah,
get
I
the
went
Eric.
after them.
I don't get the Eric hate. The only criticism I have of Eric is that, bro, 6 months for a Lego stop motion that is 1 minute and 23 seconds is diabolical.
King got scammed.
I mean, he kept saying he's gonna be working on the script and everything like that. Now, it was, oh my god, Eric coming on to the Discord to fight for his job. It was definitely something. I don't think Eric is a good guy. Okay, he's good. He means well and everything, but I don't think he should have done that today. I don't think he should have came on. But at the same time, I personally don't think he should have been introduced into the LCU in general. I'll say, like maybe as like a person that comes in to like give his thoughts, like thoughts from Eric today on this episode of whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's just how I feel about it. Eric's a great guy though, no doubt. Like he's fun to talk to. When I talk to him like on stream and stuff, I love having back and forth with him talking about like games and stuff like that. But yeah,
My
it wasn't.
goal is to become
It's
king of the tards of the
it's
LCU.
definitely not cool the way people were like getting on him in the main and everything like that, because you could tell like that he was like seriously upset from losing his position.
I felt really bad for Eric when he lost the position, but
Yeah.
there's like another part of me where I'm not sure if it was really a position Eric should have been in the first place, because there is a lot of hate that comes with the community, and Eric can handle himself, right? But when he did have to get his mom for help, that kind of showed a little side of him that I don't know, how good that would be if anything really did blow up, And yeah, I definitely didn't want to see him go through anything like that.
No.
Yeah, I may have made memes of where's Eric's neck? Eric doesn't own a toothbrush.
Captain Retard, you are an awful person. And that's coming from me.
That's
Oh, I wanted to say on Nerds that Eric's like little like comeback and like argument was like worse than when Pharaoh called into Madhouse and got upset because Jaffe made fun of the Yu-Gi-Oh guy dying.
Oh my god, I still haven't watched that. Oh my god, I heard of it. I haven't watched it yet. Oh my god.
Yeah, like both Eric and like Pharaoh don't know how to like go back and forth with people. They get one guy like even harder than Rastov.
But you can learn though.
Yeah,
I mean,
I have been.
I
think you mean bald stuff.
I haven't seen it yet.
Bald stuff. But anywho, guys,
he's bald as fuck.
We're gonna finish up shortly. We're still gonna converse. Is that the word? Converse, or is it conversate?
Or Discord.
Converse sounds fancy. I like that.
Oh yeah,
conversate sounds.
We are going to converse. Have a nice
You got a
conversation.
bug.
Yeah, it's a mosquito eater. I got my window open.
You're
at the
like
top.
Billy, because Billy has like random bugs behind him sometimes on Rewind.
It happens. But
bro, the dynamic of Billy and Twiggy, I want to see that on our show because you two are just fucking hilarious together.
I love Billy.
True.
But Billy's Billy's here. I'm somewhere around here.
I feel like you both have a similar dark sense of humor.
When you both are on the same screen, like it blends like so well.
I really like Billy. I think he's a great guy, and like hanging out with him was definitely one of my biggest highlights of Fat Camp. Like just sitting in the theater room and just talking about shit, watching Nacho Libre.
Dude, I fucking love
nice.
Nacho Libre. That's
Libre,
a moment to remember.
It is. It's my highlight of Fat Camp. Like that is a core memory. And then Billy giving me like a deck of Magic cards. That almost got me. It almost got me. And I don't like to be an emotional person because I have no emotions, remember? But yeah, that one almost got me.
Dude, there it is, your wholesome stream. Learn how to play Magic.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
I gotta learn how to learn. I'm trying right now, but learning it would not be entertaining on stream. But Captain Retard, I'm gonna drop you out.
All right, sounds good, Twixter.
It's time to hand it over to Lolcow Test. Make sure you go there and support Nightmare and Grim. They've been killing it lately. Nightmare's a good guy. We had he was there at the airport with me, and we talked about just like life, the shows, what our favorite shows were, what our least favorite shows were. He said nerds. But anywho, Captain Retard, peace out.
Peace out.
Thank you for calling in, brother. SSO Michelangelo, it's time for you to dip. Final words.
I still respect Twiggy even if he manipulated me, and I never slept with Twiggy's wife, and I guess she has small tits, and Rastov, I'm sorry that Twiggy made me think you were a bad person.
Thank you for your final words. You have a great one, buddy. All right, final words. Thank you so much for coming out here and just hanging out today. I appreciate it.
Honestly, dude, that's what it felt like. Sometimes I forgot that we were even live. I just want to hang out with you, man. I love both you and Rastov, dude, and I'll always come and support you guys.
Yeah, and like I want to make it clear, like, especially for people who, like, I have, like built up relationships, I guess, with, like, I don't want anybody to have to choose at all, right?
No.
So, like, if you feel like you have to make a choice, I'll make it easy. Don't pick me. I'm not the one you want to pick.
I picked you tonight, man. I could have said no.
Yeah, don't pick me. I'm not the one you want to pick unless you just like me, and then I appreciate it. But I'm gonna send it over to them. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out here and supporting or
just
hating or hanging out. Regardless, thank you so much. And with that.